Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening, Bulldog fans. Welcome to McDougall-Evers Gymnasium for the first night of the 43rd annual Carmi-White County Invitational Tournament. It is the Battle of the Bulldogs here in night number 1 as the Bulldogs of Carmi face the Bulldogs of Harrisburg. The pregame show is from Rice Motors in Carmi. Take ricemotors.com for a test drive now and give Rice a try before you buy. You'll be glad you did. Cole Carter and Travis Black, J.C. Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. So Travis, a big win for Carmi back on Friday. It took all 4 quarters against a very good, or an improving Fairfield team that got a big win earlier tonight against Evansville Day School 61-57. But Travis, it was a game that Carmi had a 17-point lead at the break. Eric Rogers started to turn things on, scored 28 points in that contest, but Carmi made their free throws late, took care of the ball, and got the win.
Yeah, they played extremely well in that first half that led to that 17-point lead. In the second half, they kind of got away from what got them that lead, working the ball inside, really hammer in the post, taking advantage of that their size advantage on the interior. But Carmi ended up pulling out the win with good free throw shooting and not turning the ball over when it mattered most. And Carmi's going to need that same effort they had in that first half against Fairfield against this Harrisburg Bulldog team.
Carmi has now 14-4 on the season. They're 5-0 in the BDC. That's not right. I think 13-4 is their record, 5-0 in the BDC East this year. But, of course, all the games this week, even against Fairfield on Friday, will not be a conference in game in terms of conference record. But, Travis, a pretty tough task here out the gate in the first night of the tournament, playing a very good, very improving Harrisburg team. They're 8-8. We saw what they did there in the EHT. They almost beat the top-seeded Heron. They lost to Heron by 14 back on Friday. But, man, they got one of the best players in the area in Cameron Andy who can score the basketball at ease.
Yeah, he can score for anyone on the court. As soon as he pulls up to the gym, he's in range. He can shoot it from deep. He can shoot it from the mid-range. Can drive on the inside, work in the post. I mean, he's just one really special offensive player. And this Harrisburg team has played extremely well ever since that EHT run. I mean, they took the number 1 seed in the EHT, Heron, gave them all they wanted, took them to overtime, and a couple breaks here or there, they could have had a claim to winning that game. So, and they've they've beaten Benton, they've played with Massac, they've played with all these top teams. So this team is no team to take lightly. Their record does not preach to what type of team this is.
Talking to head coach Kevin Wolf last Friday after the win, he compared Harrisburg to a black diamond school in terms of how they play offensively. A lot of river-to-river schools want to run the floor, get quick shots, score as many points as they can, but we'll see tonight. Harrisburg, a lot like Carmi, is going to take their time on the offensive end, be patient, get good passes, and get good open shots, and that's been a good recipe for them so far this year.
Yeah, they're not a team that likes to run and gun too much. If they get outside of what they want to do, start having those turnovers, which was probably their problem early in the year. But ever since the HT, they slowed it down. They've gotten the ball in Cameron Andy's hands. They kind of run everything through him, but not to say that Miles Crank can't get open, Nate Lawrence can't get open and pick their spots, and they can have a 12 to 15-point outing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this team has just really improved on the offensive end. I think that's been their biggest turnaround of the year.
Yeah, you mentioned Miles Crank. He was the one that hit that near half-court shot against Heron in the EHT to send the game into overtime. But there's no question, Travis, you got to have Cameron Andy get going on the offensive end, because if he can't, then you're relying on guys, like you said, Miles Crank or Nate Lawrence or Andrew One Thing. But there's no question. We've seen Carmi have a couple of tough defensive matchups over the past couple of games with Parker Price, Tyler Myers, and now tonight in Cameron Andy. Carmi's got to find a way to shut him down first and foremost.
Yeah, I mean, he's their number 1 offensive option. He's what their whole entire offense runs through, and I mean, he's a special offensive talent. Carmi's done a great job in the past on Parker Price, Tyler Myers, like you just mentioned, and Eric Rogers. this Harrisburg team, they don't have a lot of guys. They have a lot of guys that can get you 10 to 12, but there's no one guy besides Cameron Andy that can just get you 25 or 30. And I mean, he can heat up in a half. He had 0 points in that first game against Hamco at the half, and ended up with 22 to 24 and going into overtime and winning.
He can score in a hurry.
Yeah,
he gets hot in a hurry.
He's like a microwave. He's instant warm up, ready to go, and he's just one of those type of players that you have to always account for on the defensive end.
This has been the Rice Motor pregame show. Take ricemotors.com for a test drive now and give Rice a try before you buy. We will take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the starters between Harrisburg and Carmi right here on 97.3 WRUL.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Mom is so happy at Wabash Christian Supportive Living. She enjoys herself, loves the food, and I've seen a positive change in her health.
Hi, this is Kathleen Garner, Residential Service Director for Wabash Christian Supported Living. And if your mom is still independent but missing out on socialization, isn't eating properly, struggles to maintain her household, or just needs daily support, Wabash Christian Supported Living is perfect. Wabash Christian Supported Living even offers on-site therapy. As a faith-based organization, you'll both feel confident our actions and conduct reflect your standards. Learn more by calling 382-2900.
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself for your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to disease management, X-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
All right, back here in Carmi, night number 1 of the 43rd annual Carmi-White County Invitational Tournament. It's the battle of the Bulldogs here in night 1, and very well could be a battle of the 2 best teams in this tournament here in the first night as Carmi and Harrisburg square off. Carmi will be the home team in all of the games they play this week, and kind of give you an idea of what's going on for the rest of the week. Carmi will have the next 2 days off. They will play again on Thursday against Mount Vernon. They will play Fairfield on Friday and Evansville Day on Saturday at 6 p.m. Coming up tomorrow, though, it's Harrisburg and Fairfield at 5:30, Evansville Day and Mount Vernon at 7. And we'll get to the other games here as we go throughout the broadcast. All right, starting 5 for Andy Fehrenbacher and the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Fehrenbacher's first season at the helm. Of course, Randy Smith-Peters there for so long, won a state title for this team in 2012. Retired after last season. Andrew Unthank is going to be one of the starters, a 6'3 senior. Also number 4, Cameron Andy, a 6'3 junior. Number 32, Nate Lawrence. He is a 6'3 senior. Ross Ryder, number 22, or correction, number 21. Ryder is a 5'11 senior. And number 22, Charlie Fehrenbacher. So, Travis, one thing I noticed in the starting 5, Harrisburg has no Miles Crank. So not sure if that's an injury or a sickness possible thing, but no Miles Crank in the lineup. Fehrenbacher, it's Andy, Ryder, Fehrenbacher, Lawrence, and Unthank. So that's, I'm not sure. I don't see him. Don't know.
I think he's in street clothes down there.
So we'll find out as the night goes on, but that could be a big loss for Harrisburg if he's not going to play tonight. All right, so Trey Mason's going to introduce the starters for the Bulldogs. Same starting 5 they've had all season. Gavin Holloman, he is a 6-foot sophomore wearing number 2. Mitchell Edwards, a 6'6 sophomore wearing number 5. Tyler Gomat, a 6'3 senior, wearing number 12. Landon Driscoll, a 6'3 junior, number 14. And Bryce Connor, a 6'4 senior, number 11. So for Kevin Wolf, that's Holloman, Edwards, Connor, Gomat, and Driscoll. Carmi 13-4 on the season, riding a nice little 4-game win streak. They have not lost a game here at home this season, and probably their toughest opponent they faced here at home here tonight in Harrisburg.
This Harrisburg team's been improving the entire season, and they're just going to keep getting better. Miles Cranks, if he's not playing tonight, that's going to be a big loss for them in terms of leadership at that point guard position. But they'll still be very dangerous with Cameron Andy.
I'll try to get some information on Miles Crank as we go throughout the broadcast. But again, he's not in the starting lineup, and he's really been the number 2 scorer throughout the season. Of course, besides Cameron Andy. Good crowd on hand, first out of the CIT, and again, it's going on all week except for Wednesday, so if you don't want to watch it at home, come on down and check out some good basketball here at McDougal-Evers. Tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No Saturday morning session this year, which I like. Just Saturday night, 2-game Saturday night to wrap up the tournament. Harrisburg with some new black uniforms. They brought those out for the first time this year, I do believe, so they're wearing those, being the road team, and Carmi in their home whites. Well, Travis, there's no question without Miles Crank, the defensive assignment got a little bit easier for Carmi. Now you can really just focus on Andy for the most of the night.
Yeah, Andy's probably going to have the ball in his hand about 95% of the time now. Crank kind of took that responsibility away, bringing it down, getting Harrisburg in their offense, but without Crank, Andy's going to be the primary initiator, not just the primary offensive option.
It will be Bryce Connor midcourt jumping against Cameron Andy, and Connor wins the tip. Carmine's got the ball, and we are rocking and rolling here at McDougal-Evers Gymnasium. Glad you could join us, whether you're watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel or listening on your radio dial. Left top, here's Landon Driscoll, open 3 at the top of the key to start the ball game for Mitchell Edwards. A First Bank 3-pointer, $3 from First Bank to the Carmi-White County Unit 5 School District, 3-0 Carmi.
Why not start the game with a 27-foot 3?
Fehrenbacher drives on the right side. Now it's Andy. He's guarded by Driscoll. Now Andy pulls up for 3. That one's no good, and Connor grabs the rebound for Carmi-White County. 40 seconds gone here in the first quarter. 3-0 to the Maroon Bulldogs with the lead. Driscoll goes to his left. Nice backdoor pass to Connor going to the basket. His shot no good. Trying to get his own rebound, but it tips into the hands of Unthink, who's got a rockin' mullet here for Harrisburg. Harrisburg into the front court quickly. Fehrenbacher down to Unthink in the post. Might have traveled. Got a shot blocked by Edwards. Loose ball. Unthink fighting for it. Now Gomat goes on the ground and gets it, and he throws it over to Edwards. Carmi into the front court now. Driscoll in the far corner goes to Connor. He'll drive baseline. Bryce goes up, left the layup short. Bryce almost got his own rebound, but then Lawrence took it away. It's back-to-back possessions. Bryce with the miss towards the rim, and Travis, that was his bread and butter last Friday in that win against Fairfield.
Yeah, he was doing a great job scoring on the interior tonight. It seems like Harrisburg's really focusing everything, doubling him down there when he gets the ball.
Andy catch and shoot 3 at the top of the circle. Won't go. Rebound controlled by Bryce Connor and the Bulldogs of Carmi. 6:15 to play here in the first quarter. Edwards steps into another 3-point shot. That one's going to rim out, and the rebound grabbed by Lawrence. Both teams a little bit cold to start this contest. 3-0 Carmi. 2 minutes gone here in the first. Lawrence right top, puts it on the floor, now picks up his dribble, and we're going to get an offensive foul called against Nate Lawrence. Well, Tyler Gomat, of course, drawing the charge.
Yeah, that's what Gomat does, isn't it? I mean, both teams right now is really not really working their offense.
Yeah.
Their first shot available, they're letting it fly.
Driscoll into the front court. Harrisburg in a man-to-man defense here in the first quarter. 3-0 Carmi. Holloman right top. Now it's Driscoll at the top of the key. He'll let a 3 fly. Got it. Landon Driscoll from downtown. He had 19 last week against Edwards County. He hits that 3, 6-0 Carmi. 5:40 to play here in the first quarter. Andy into the front court. Now on the right side, it's Ross Ryder. Fehrenbacher, top of the key, now pulls up for 3. Missed it. Rebound grabbed by Mitchell Edwards. 6-0 Bulldogs. The Maroon Bulldogs, that is. 5:20 to play here in the first quarter. Left side, here's Connor. He'll get a screen from Gomat. Goes to his right, picks it up, pick and pop with Gomat. Now he wants to go baseline, far corner, and he threw it into that far locker room. I don't think I've ever seen a pass go straight into that locker room.
No,
that's a first.
That is a first.
Mark that off your CIT bingo card, as old Jason Craig would say. All right, 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Carmi. Harrisburg looking for their first basket. Fehrenbacher right side. Now it's left elbow, Unthink. Fakes the handoff, goes right to the rim. Offensive foul as Gomat again steps over and draws the charge. Unthink commits his first. 2 fouls on Harrisburg already here in the first quarter. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 Carmi. Driscoll into the front court. On the right side, it goes to Gomat. He'll dribble. Now it's Connor. Left side to Holloman. Elevator screen gets Edwards open for a 3. It is good, but they're going to call a foul against Carmi on Bryce Connor, an illegal screen before the shot. So the shot won't count, or will it? The shot shouldn't count. They're trying to discuss if that shot should count. I don't think it should.
If he got the shot off before the foul
yeah,
occurred,
that's the question.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they count the basket. Okay.
So he had the shot off before the foul occurred.
A first bank three-pointer for Mitchell Edwards. And Andy Fehrenbacher disagrees with that call, but the official, like you said, Travis, says Edwards got the shot off before the foul was called. 9-0 Carmi. Andy on the far side leaves it for Fehrenbacher. Crossover at the top of the key. Now goes to the right side in the near corner. This is Ryder with it. He almost lost it, did lose it. Now Lawrence and Holloman fight for it. Lawrence on the far block picks it up. And still on the ground, they're going to call a jump ball as student section's kind of in my sight of, or path of sight.
And stay with the Harrisburg Bulldogs.
Call a jump ball with Harrisburg with the arrow. 9-0 Carmi, 4:15 to play here in the opening quarter. Fehrenbacher corner 3 on the near side is no good, and Holloman grabs the rebound. Still a 9-0 Carmi lead. We approach the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Bryce Connor between the circle. Now on the right side to Gomat, far corner, it's Holloman. Elevator screen gets Driscoll open. He puts it on the floor, picks it up now, and trying to get it over to Edwards, but it was taken away by Fehrenbacher as he dives on the floor and gets it over to Ross Ryder. Cameron Andy in the front court. Thought about pulling up for 3. Now it's Lawrence in the far corner. Guarded by Gomat, trying to back him down. Goes right. Yeah, that's a textbook offensive foul. 3 of those that Tyler Gomat has drawn here in the first quarter. Well, you can try to go in aggressively, but that just a little bit too aggressively there by Nate Lawrence. That's his second. So he'll come out, and Carmelo Downey will come in.
Yeah, you can't lead with your shoulder that much. I mean, he made sure that one. He led through him.
Still 9-0 Carmi, 3:45 to play here in the first quarter. Holloman into the front court. Goes left side to Bryce Connor. They were able to cancel that elevator screen for Edwards. They try to go back to it, but Harrisburg sniffs it out. Connor on the right side now. It's Gomat. He thought about a 3. He thought about the lob pass as well. Now drives in. Fadeaway jump shot in the lane is good for Tyler Gomat. Carmi's first 2-point basket. And it's 11-0 Carmi with 3:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Downey goes left side to Fehrenbacher. He'll get a screen from Unthink. Now goes on the right top, pulls it from the free throw line, and Harrisburg finally gets on the board as Charlie Fehrenbacher hits his first basket. The 6'5 senior makes it 11-2 Carmi.
Harrisburg slitting into a 1-3-1 right here.
Holloman on the right side to Driscoll. Cross-court pass to Connor. In the left dead spot, dribbles it, now goes left top to Holloman, back near corner to Connor. Cross pass to the free throw line for Gomat. Dumps it off for Bryce Connor, and a nice two-handed dunk for the senior.
Great ball movement there against the zone. Bryce in that dead spot, or the dunker spot in this case.
And a great pass from Gomat. 13-2 Carmi. Andy on the right top, guarded by Driscoll. Dribbles left, Holloman meets him out there. Step back 3 for Andy. Got it, that's his first basket. It had been a quiet first quarter for Cameron Andy, but we know how quickly he can heat up. Back to an 8-point game, 13-5. Carmi with the lead.
And Harrisburg's back in a man.
Holloman left side to Gomat. The free throw line is Driscoll. Connor tries to post down, or they try to go in the post to Connor. As Gomat falls down, gets it over to Edwards. He'll drive in, and he was going to try to posterize Cameron Andy, but Andy blocked the shot. Edwards will go to the free throw line. That was going to be
That was going to be on ESPN
That
later.
was going to be something to see if Edwards would have found a way to throw that one down, but Andy commits the foul. That's his first. 4 fouls against the Harrisburg Bulldogs in this first quarter, and first free throw for Edwards is no good. So Mitchell will have one more. So 1:59 to play here in the first quarter, 13-5. Makes it 14-5 Carmi, with Edwards going 1 of 2. He's got 7, leading scorer in the contest. 2-minute warning here in the first quarter. Downey into the front court, directing traffic. As number 30 is also checked in, that's Rand for Harrisburg. Ryder picks up his dribble, looks now, leaves it for Andy. He'll fire a 3. Got it. Cameron Andy back-to-back trays. And again,
all it takes for him is to see one through the hoop.
Down to a 6-point Carmi lead, 14-8, 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Driscoll on the far right top, tries to get around Ryder. Now picks it up, top of the circle, Gomat fakes the pass. Nice pass to Holloman for the reverse layup. Great pass from Tyler Gomat. And the lead is 8 for Carmi, 16-8. Andy, guarded by Driscoll. Crossover, tries to get past him, lost it, picked it back up. Now at the top of the circle to Fehrenbacher. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, 16-8 Carmi. Fehrenbacher on the right side. Pass almost taken away by Connor as Ryder goes and gets it. On the far top, on the front of the sideline now, it's Fehrenbacher at the Bulldog logo with 48 seconds to play here in the first. Fehrenbacher, bounce pass to Andy. Andy, fadeaway shot from the free throw line. Couldn't get the bounce. Edwards grabs the rebound. 40 seconds to go here in the first, 16-8 Carmi. As Rand will pick up Driscoll at the half-court line. Now it's on the right side to Holloman. Holloman fakes to his left, now goes to his right, picks up his dribble. Now it's Gomat on the right side to Edwards. 23 seconds. We'll see if Carmi wants to hold for one shot. And I think they will with 18 seconds. Driscoll, bounce pass right side. Fehrenbacher almost stole it. Edwards pulls up for 3. Got it! Edwards has 10 here in the first quarter, 19-8 Carmi. 4 seconds, here's Andy. Deep step back 3. Couldn't get it. And a pretty impressive first quarter for the Carmi White County Bulldogs as they lead Harrisburg 19-8. We go to the second quarter back in 1 minute on 97.3 WRUL.
You lock up your house, you lock up your car. Citizens National Bank of Albion works hard to keep your identity and personal account information safe and secure. We encourage you to do the same. Be very cautious when receiving phone calls asking for your personal information, online banking username and passwords. CNB will never ask you for your information over the phone. Never give out your personal information. Citizens National Bank of Albion, no better banking, member FDIC.
This is Nancy J. Winter, CPA. It has been a pleasure to grow with you, to go through the stages of your life. I would just like to say thank you to all of my clients, past and present. And as one client recently said, it's like we are family. We strive to do the best we can for you, whether it be in tax season or out, and whether it be a tax situation, a financial situation, or just someone to talk to about how things are going. Thank you for counting on us. Stop by my office on Cherry Street in Carmi, or visit me at nancyjwintercpa.com.
Start of the second quarter, Carmi leading Harrisburg 19-8. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. J.C. Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Carmi has the ball as we start the period. Holloman goes on the near corner. It's Bryce Connor with it. Now back left top to Holloman. Now near corner goes to Connor. He'll put on the floor the cross-court pass to Driscoll. Driscoll lost it, taken away by Fehrenbacher. And an Unthink has the basketball for Harrisburg. Take him into the front court. Downey left top. Top of the circle, now it's Fehrenbacher at the Bulldog logo. We're 30 seconds gone here in the second quarter. Downey bounce pass to Unthink. He picks up his dribble, now back in the far corner, back to Downey. Downey now puts on the floor and leaves it for Fehrenbacher, now back to Downey at the Bulldog logo. 45 seconds gone here in the first quarter, 19-8. Carmi with the lead. Fehrenbacher bounce pass to Unthink in the post. He's double teamed. They're going to get a foul called against Tyler Gomat. That is the first foul against Gomet. Just the second foul called against Carmi in this first half. With 7:10 to go here in the second. 19-8 your score. Carmi has the lead. Fehrenbacher to inbound. Goes in the far corner to Andy. He tries to go inside and draw a foul. No foul is called, but then Andy got the offensive rebound and dribbled it out of bounds. Ball will go back over to Carmi. Travis, you can tell Harrisburg is struggling with no Miles Crank on the offensive end. They're trying to go too much through Andy, and Carmi so far has done a good job on him. He has only got 6 points early on.
Yeah, he's hit, and those 6 points were two tough, contested threes. Carmi's done a great job at limiting him on the offensive end.
Gomat in the right block, turns now, throws a high pass for Edwards in the far corner, and we're going to get a
3 second in the lane.
3 second in the lane call against Tyler Gomat. And so the ball will go back over to Harrisburg. 6:45 to play here in the second quarter, 19-8. Carmi with the lead. Downey into the front court. Goes on the right side. Andy has it. Driscoll falls down, and Andy's floater is short, and Connor grabs the rebound. Throws it up ahead to Edwards in a hurry. Edwards gets past his defender, and a ferocious right-handed slam.
Yeah, he took some anger out on the rim right there. Looked like the rim owed him money.
That was a ferocious slam from Edwards, and the Carmi lead up to 21-8 with 6:10 to play. Here in the second quarter, Ryder tries to go baseline, and he does, and he'll draw the foul.
It's either on Gomat or Holloman.
It's on Gomat. It's his second. And Trey Dixon is set to come into the ball game for Carmi. And you could tell, I'm not sure who was trying to defend Edwards there in the front court and the full court on the outlet pass from Connor, but as soon as the defender fell down, you knew Edwards was going to throw one down.
His eyes got big as saucer plates.
Ryder hits the first free throw as Trey Dixon checks in for the Bulldogs of Carmi. Second free throw for Ryder on the way. Got it. 21-10. Bulldogs of Carmi with the lead in the ball. Holloman up to Driscoll into the front court. They break the Harrisburg pressure. Behind the back pass intended for Dixon. Goes out of bounds. Tipped last by Downey. It will stay with Carmi. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. 21-10, Carmi with the lead. Connor gets the inbound pass. Goes up and scores with the right hand off glass. Connor has 4. The Bulldog lead is 13. 23-10, Carmi. Andy into the front court. Goes near side. Here's Downey. Guarded by Dixon. Downey crossover, now met by Connor. Downey tries to get around Connor. Pulls up from the free throw line. On the back of the rim, it's no good. Connor tips the rebound to himself. Bulldogs with numbers. Edwards trying to go through Downey, and Downey saved a quick basket there for Carmi. It goes out of bounds. It will stay with Carmi. A little 2-on-1 there with Connor and Edwards. Who knows what could have happened. Inbounds pass goes to Edwards. A deep three and then out. Connor couldn't corral the offensive rebound. Loose ball. Connor and Ryder fight for it. Out of bounds, last touch by Harrisburg. Nice hustle there from both Ryder and Connor. And Ryder might have got his left ankle a little trapped up. He's a little shaken up.
He's a little hobbly.
And he'll check out as Adrian Mann will check in for him. 5:22 to play here in the second quarter. 23-10. Carmi has the lead. Driscoll to inbound, gets into Dixon. Now it's back to Driscoll with 5:20 to play here in the second. Harrisburg back in that man-to-man defense. Connor in the near corner, guarded by Andy. He'll get a screen from Dixon. Connor picks it up, now back on the right side to Edwards. Far corner goes to Driscoll. Wants a screen from Edwards, gets it, now goes left side, Dixon. On the near side, it's Holloman now. Holloman falls down. Might have been a slippery spot there from where Ryder falls down. And Kevin Wolf will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout with 4:58 to play here in the second quarter. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. We'll take one as well, back in 30 seconds.
Roark Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this area have depended on. Roark Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling. From parking lots, driveways, and washouts, Roark Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember Roark Transport for fast, dependable service. Call Roark Transport today at 265-3665.
4:58 to go here in the second quarter. Carmi leading Harrisburg 23-10. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. Landon Driscoll to inbound for Carmi, gets into Gavin Holloman. Now back to Driscoll, left top. Harrisburg is sunk down into a 3-2 zone defense. In the far corner, it's Driscoll or Dixon. Now top of the circle, Driscoll as Downey tried to steal the pass. Hallman right side. Now back to Driscoll. Three-point shot on the way. Off the side of the rim, no good. Trey Dixon got the offensive rebound. His putback was blocked, but then Dixon got his own rebound. Left elbow, it's Connor. Now hook pass in the near corner. Edwards, three. Yes!
Great extra effort there by Trey Dixon, staying with the offensive rebound, and great kick out by Bryce to Mitchell Edwards in the corner.
Mitchell Edwards made the all-tournament team last year as a freshman. He's got 15 points here in the first half, and the Carmi lead is 16, 26-10. Man, left side, dribbles it. Now he's in Fehrenbacher on the left top, guarded by Connor. Fehrenbacher drives inside, stops, and they're going to get a foul called against Bryce on the drive.
That's his second.
The second foul on Bryce, as Travis just said. So Connor's got two and Gomat's got two, but still early, probably a little too early for concern at this point. Andy to inbound. Gets it in the far corner now, Fehrenbacher. Fehrenbacher, deep three on the way for Andy. Got it. That was a deep one with Connor right there on him. Andy's got 9, and the Carmi lead down to 13, 26-13. We approach 3:45 to go here in the second quarter. Holloman right top, goes left side, Driscoll. Now back to Holloman, now back to Driscoll. Trying to work around this Harrisburg zone defense. Pass goes through their hand to Trey Dixon, and Harrisburg has it coming the other way. In the near corner, it's Andy. Andy wants to go baseline. Andy right at the rim, and a quick 5-point run for Cameron Andy. He's got 11, and the Carmi lead is 11, 26-15.
Harrisburg sunk into this 3-2 now, and it's giving Carmi some problems.
Driscoll, Holloman right side. Now in the far corner, it's Edwards. Left top, Driscoll. Bounce pass inside goes to Connor, and Bryce hangs in the air and hits that one off glass. Connor has 6. And the Carmi lead is 28-15. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Carmi has snuck into a 1-3-1 defense on their own end. Man goes left side to Andy. Andy directs traffic, now puts it on the floor, left side Downey. Far corner, Fehrenbacher. Cutting is Andy, left elbow, and we're going to get a foul call before the drive there by Andy. They're going to say Trey Dixon with a little bit of a hand check there before the drive. That's the 5th Carmi foul as Ryder back in the ball game. Nate Lawrence back in the game as well for Harrisburg. Travis, I did learn that Miles Crank is going to be out probably all week with an ankle injury. So you hate that for Harrisburg, one of their best players.
Yeah, and he had an ankle injury there at the EHT too,
right,
in that Heron game. I wonder if it's the same ankle.
Ryder in the near corner. Leaves it now for Unthink in the near corner. Cross-court pass, a long one goes to Fehrenbacher. He corrals it now, puts it on the floor, spits defenders, now back into the near corner for Unthink. His three-point shot, no good. And he grabs the offensive rebound, tries to go down low to Unthink, but then Driscoll commits the foul. So he tried to zip one down there to Unthink, but Driscoll was on his back, and Landon commits his first foul. One more foul will put Harrisburg at the free throw line.
And Carmine's got to play defense without fouling the rest of this quarter. You don't want to give him free attempts at the line to get him back in this ball game.
Andy to inbound, goes in the far corner to Lawrence. Jab step, now tries to go baseline, picks up his dribble. Now left top to Andy. Andy picks up his dribble, now double team, goes to Fehrenbacher between the circles. Carmi still in that 1-3-1. Fehrenbacher pulls up for 3. Nothing but net for Charlie Fehrenbacher, who's got 5. And Harrisburg back within 10, 28-18. Driscoll across the timeline, goes on the right top to Holloman. Holloman goes to his right, now picks it up, bounce pass on the free throw line to Dixon, now near side to Connor. Near corner, it goes to Driscoll. He wants to go baseline, nothing there, and a cross-court pass was knocked away out of bounds by Ross Ryder. We'll stay with Carmi. Travis, it feels like Harrisburg is starting to get some more momentum on their side.
Yeah, they're letting their defense turn into their offense. They got a couple steals, making Carmi turn the ball over.
Edwards gets inside. Nice drive there by Mitchell Edwards on the inbounds pass. Mitchell's got 17 here in the first half. Carmi leads by 12, 30-18. 95 seconds to go here in the second quarter. In the near corner, they swing it around. Now it's Ryder left top. Ryder looks, Down the far corner, Unthink. Unthink, step back three-point shot. The big man, Andrew Unthink, with a step back three. Makes it 30-21. Harrisburg starting to hit their shots. 1:10 to play here in the second quarter. Holloman right top. Wants a screen from Edwards. Goes left side Dixon. Now in the near corner goes to Driscoll. Driscoll, pick and roll with Dixon. Not there. Goes back on the far side. Edwards. Far corner Connor. Wants to go baseline. Triple team. Leaves it for Trey Dixon. Pass fake. Now he gets it out to Edwards on the far right top. 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 30-21. Driscoll driving with the right hand. Now a step back. Now a bounce pass through it right to Nate Lawrence. And Nate Lawrence all the way to the other end lays it up and in. Nate Lawrence has his first basket, and Harrisburg applies full court pressure. Connor into Holloman with 33 seconds. Throws it up ahead to Edwards, 2-on-1. Edwards no look pass to Dixon, who hits the lay-in. 32-23 with 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Andy will dribble this one out, and they're going to hold for one shot, it looks like, with 13 seconds. Andy guarded by Driscoll, 8 seconds. Andy getting a screen from Unthink. Goes to his right, met there by Edwards now. Unthink, 1 second. And it's Andy who fires and got it at the buzzer. Cameron Andy, a miraculous shot to end the half. And he ends the half with 14 points. And just like that, it's a 6-point game as we go to the break. Your score, Carmi 32, Harrisburg 26. Back in 3 minutes on 97.3 WRUL.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Evil Eye Creative Studio in Carmi is a full-service communications and design consultancy. Located in the heart of Southern Illinois, we have a strong focus on small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. From t-shirts to business cards to large format banners, we are excited to make your design project a reality. We also specialize in video and audio production. Reach out to us to see how we can create something amazing together, all within your budget. Evil Eye Creative Studio. What can we create with you?
Teamwork. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Carmi Lumber celebrates the student athletes competing and wishes them great success. Depend on the team at Carmi Lumber for all success with your home projects. Electrical, plumbing, lumber, hardware, and more. Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Visit them on North 3rd Street in Carmi. A supporter of area athletes.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay a friend, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep your finances simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust, you can manage your money anytime right from your smartphone. You can even sign up for real-time alerts to stay on top of your account activity. Learn more about these conveniences at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love. From treating all aspects of heart health, diagnosis, treatment, and management of your heart condition to an orthopedic team ready to restore your quality of life by improving your mobility, flexibility, endurance, and strength. Call Wabash General Hospital today. 618-262-8621. Wabash General Hospital. Committed to combining passion and knowledge to heal. Visit wabashgeneral.com for more information.
Your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and a promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day wrecker and towing service, tires from sales and service, and repair including muffler service, brakes, shocks, suspension, and more. When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. Your partner in auto repair. Call 382-7165 today.
Halftime here, McDougal Evers, Carmi leading Harrisburg 32-26. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. JC Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. And the lovely Whitney McGuire helping us do some stats here for night number 1 of the 43rd annual Carmi-White County Invitational Tournament. The halftime show is brought to you by the Jordan Funeral Group, remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog athletics. Visit jordanfuneralgroup.com for more information. Well, Travis, there in that at least the first quarter, man, you thought Carmi, well, let's put it this way. You thought Harrisburg was a little bit lost with no Miles Crank. The offense had a hard time getting going. It was 11-0 Carmi lead at one point, but slowly but surely Cameron Andy started getting his shots going. Charlie Fehrenbacher a couple baskets as well, even a three by Andrew Unthink, and just like that, Harrisburg back in it. Yeah,
Carmi did a good job early in the game, taking Cameron Andy out of the game. They were making other people beat them. They were forcing the ball out further on the perimeter than they wanted. Cameron Andy always saw 2 to 3 guys, coming towards him when he got the ball. And then Carmi got on their run, got out, started scoring, got that big 11-0 lead, and then slowly but surely Cameron Andy started finding the cracks in the defense, and then everyone else started to get going. Harrisburg feeds off of what Cameron Andy can do on the offensive end.
I mean, would you say that he's probably the best individual player Carmi has seen all season? Of course, Eric Rogers last Friday was phenomenal. He was good again tonight when they're winning against Evansville Day. But, I mean, as far as, I think, overall player, he's probably the best Carmi has seen throughout these first 17, 18 games.
I mean, he's in that conversation. If you don't say he's the best, you want to say Eric Rogers is better, you want to say Tyler Myers is better, you want to say Parker Price is better, any of those guys from Heron, you want to say there's better, you have that argument. But Cameron Andy's in that conversation. He is a very special player.
Individual scoring recap there from that first half. Cameron Andy, we mentioned 14 points, 5 points from Charlie Fehrenbacher, 3 points from Andrew Unthink, and 2 points apiece from Ross Ryder and Nate Lawrence. For the Bulldogs, about a good first half. Mitchell Edwards had 17 points. There in the first 16 minutes, Bryce Connor had 6, Leonard Driscoll had 3, and then 2 apiece from Gavin Holloman, Tyler Gomat, and Trey Dixon. Travis, team stats?
Carmi shot 13 of 19 for 68% from the field, 5 of 8 for 63% from 3, 1 of 2 for 50% from the line. Harrisburg shot 9 of 20 for 45%, 6 of 12 for 3 for 50%, and 2 of 2 from the line. Rebounding numbers, Carmi had 2 offensive, 8 defensive rebounds along with 7 turnovers, and Harrisburg had 2 offensive, 3 defensive along with 4 turnovers.
So looking at the schedule for the rest of the week, mentioned Carmi will be off until Thursday. But coming up tomorrow night, it'll be Harrisburg and Fairfield at 5:30. And Evansville Day and Mount Vernon at 7 o'clock. Everybody's got Wednesday off. Then on Thursday, Harrisburg and Evansville Day at 5:30. Carmi and Mount Vernon at 7. On Friday, Mount Vernon and Harrisburg at 5:30. Carmi and Fairfield at 7 on Friday. And then on Saturday, Fairfield and Mount Vernon at 4:30. And Carmi and Evansville Day at 6 to wrap up this year's CIT. It's an even field, and as we've seen here in the first 2 games tonight, it's anybody's trophy. And we haven't seen Mount Vernon yet. They'll play tomorrow night, but it's about as good as we expected so far, Travis.
Yeah, all the games are evenly matched. There's nobody that can pull. I mean, there's teams that can pull away, but there's the other team is always going to be chipping away, like Harrisburg done to Carmi's lead, and like Fairfield did to Evansville Day School's lead they had there in the first half.
Bolton's making their way back out on the floor for the second half. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break, come back and have the third quarter for you right here on 97.3 WRUL.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Things come and go. Trends, fads, rolled jeans, leg warmers, big hairdos. Some things stand the test of time. However, here at the Jordan Funeral Group, we intend to be here for you for the long haul. So whether you need pre-planning services, personalized services, or just need more information, count on us at Campbell Funeral Home and Stendeback Funeral Home. Call 618-382-5222 or visit us at jordanfuneralgroup.com. Family owned and operated since 1954.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's Luke Saylor with First Bank. First Bank is a proud supporter of Bulldog athletics and the community at large. For over 125 years, First Bank has been there for you then, now, and are well positioned to continue serving you well into the future as we invest in our community. To show another way we are caring for Carmi, First Bank will donate $3 back to the Carmi school system for every Bulldog three-pointer this season. Together, we look forward to making great things happen for you, your business, and our community.
Housing lender, member FDIC.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Mom is so happy at Wabash Christian Supportive Living. She enjoys herself, loves the food, and I've seen a positive change in her health.
Hi, this is Kathleen Garner, Residential Service Director for Wabash Christian Supported Living. And if your mom is still independent but missing out on socialization, isn't eating properly, struggles to maintain her household, or just needs daily support, Wabash Christian Supported Living is perfect. Wabash Christian Supported Living even offers on-site therapy. As a faith-based organization, you'll both feel confident our actions and conduct reflect your standards. Learn more by calling 382-2900.
Ready for quarter number 3 here at McDougall-Evers. Carmi leads Harrisburg 32-26. Night number 1 of the 43rd annual Carmi-White County Invitational Tournament. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. Harrisburg will have the ball as we start the third quarter. They're going right to left. Carmi going left to right. Leading scores for each side. Mitchell Edwards had 17 for Carmi. Cameron Andy with 14 for Harrisburg. Carmi out in a man-to-man to start the second half. Unthink between the circles, guarded by Edwards. Spins against Edwards. Now tries to get inside, up in the air. Shot no good. Got his own rebound. Blocked by Edwards, and Edwards gets the rebound. Nice defensive trip there by Edwards, getting the block shot and grabbing the rebound. 32-26. 30 seconds gone here in the third quarter. Left top or the right top, it's Edwards. Now left side they go to Connor. Hands it off to Holloman, looking to get inside. Two-step, Holloman floats one up, can't get it. Unthink the rebound for Harrisburg. Left side, here is Fehrenbacher. Quick catch and shoot three, nearly an air ball. Just barely grazed the rim. And Holloman has the rebound for the Bulldogs of Carmi-White County.
Both teams right now looking like the 7 seconds or less Suns. They're getting shots up quick.
Kind of like the first quarter was. Gomat, backdoor pass looking for Edwards, but Ryder stepped over and committed the foul. So that will be Ryder's, I think it's his second foul. This is first. First foul against Harrisburg. So Driscoll inbound. 7:01 to play here in the third quarter. Left top, here is Edwards. Takes the shot, now dribbles inside. In the near corner, they get it to Gomat. He'll fire a three, in and out. Rebound controlled by Cameron Andy. And here comes Harrisburg the other way. 32-26. Carmi in front. Nobody has scored here in this third quarter. Andy, bounce pass left side to Lawrence. Fakes the handoff, now dribbles right, spins inside, throws one up and puts it in. And Lawrence has 4. And Harrisburg, as close as they've been all night, it's 32-28. Carmi started this game on 11-0 run. Right side, here's Holloman. Top of the circle, Gomat fakes the pass. Now picks up his dribble. Now on the right side to Edwards. Near corner, it's Holloman. Top of the circle, Gomat. He'll dribble. Still dribbling. Wants to give it over to Driscoll, and he does. Driscoll, bounce pass a little too far outside for Edwards, but he gets it. Now it's Connor near corner. Connor thought about pulling up for 3. Now it's Gomat. Goes left side to Holloman. Gomat there to set a screen. Now it's Edwards again. Edwards near corner. This is Driscoll. He fakes the pass. Now puts it on the floor. Tries to get inside. Driscoll's layup no good. Fehrenbacher and him fight for the rebound, but Fehrenbacher has it. And here comes Harrisburg the other way. Andy on the right top. Down the far corner it goes to Lawrence. His pull-up jumper is good. It's a 2-point game. Nate Lawrence back-to-back baskets, 32-30. Bulldogs of Carmi with the lead. Left side, here's Connor. He'll get a screen from Gomat. Pick and roll with Gomat. Now it's in the left block with Gomat. 2 dribbles, now 3, now 4. Gets it up top now on the left side. Gomat still has it. Now it's Edwards in the near corner. It is a 3-point shot that's no good from Landon Driscoll. Carmi ice cold here in the third quarter. Harrisburg can tie or take the lead. Andy in the far corner drives baseline, and he went up for the dunk, but before he did, a foul was called on the drive. That foul against Driscoll.
That's Driscoll's second. Carmi just really seems off kilter coming out of the half here on offense. A lot of quick shots.
Andy to inbound for Harrisburg. Andy looks. Gives it to Lawrence. Lawrence tries to go baseline against Gomat. Picks up his dribble. Now looking to get rid of it. Lawrence steps through now, finds Unthink on the right top. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. 32-30. Carmi with the lead. Ryder. Now it's Lawrence at the top of the key. His pull-up jumper short. Unthink gets the offensive rebound. Now goes back up. Missed the shot. And he got his own rebound once again. Third attempt is a foul going to be called on the floor. And Travis, we haven't seen Carmi that many times this year struggle with rebound.
Yeah, that's normally been Carmi's strength on the whole season. Right now it just seems like they don't want it. They're a little, I don't know.
Driscoll commits his third foul. Lawrence has it in the far corner, lobs it up top now for Andy, guarded by Driscoll. Andy puts it on the floor, goes to the basket, offensive foul called against Cameron Andy, and guess who forced it? Tyler Gomat.
Great job by Gomat there. He was waiting.
If there is some school record for charges drawn, at least in a season, I mean, Tyler Gomat's got to have it already.
He had 5 in that one game against El Dorado, 4 in the first half.
That's his
fourth tonight.
Fourth or fifth tonight. All right, Carmine's got the ball. They lead by 2, 32-30, 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. That was the second foul on Andy. Left top, it's Connor. Gets a screen from Gomat. Leaves it for Edwards. Now near side, it's Holloman. Holloman gets a screen from Edwards. Now it's Gomat between the circles. He'll dribble to his left. Now it's Trey Nixon, who just checked in for Driscoll, who has 3 fouls. Now it's on the near side. Connor, baseline drive to the basket. He goes, and a soft lay-in there for Bryce Connor, who's got 8 points. 34-30, Carmi. We are halfway through the third quarter. Andy, now guarded by Trey Dixon. Edwards switched off to him. Now it's Fehrenbacher. Little dribble weave action here for Harrisburg. Unthink pulls up for 3. It's no good, and the rebound grabbed by Connor. Carmi into the front court. Connor, crossover to the rim. He goes, missed the lay-in, but a foul is going to be called on Andrew Unthink, or on Charlie Fehrenbacher, actually. So it's going to be Bryce Connor to the free throw line for 2, with 3:39 to play here in the third quarter. Bryce so far this season at the free throw line, 72% free throw shooter, and he hits the first. 9 points for Bryce. 35-30, 3:39 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw for Connor on the way. Missed it. Rebound grabbed by Unthink. 5-point Bulldog lead. Bulldogs of Carmi, that is. 35-30, 3.5 to play here in the third. Downey in the ball game for Harrisburg. Now goes from the far corner to Ryder. Now it's Andy, catch and shoot, long 3. Couldn't get it to go. And Connor the rebound. Bulldogs on the run. Connor all the way to the basket. Missed the dunk. And Andy the rebound. Now up ahead to Unthink in front of the pack. And Unthink lays it in. 5 for Unthink.
That's the problem with going for the home run. Sometimes you got to take the single or double.
The far corner here is Gomat trying to get around. Unthink spins, gets the shot up, it's no good. And Ryder has the rebound. 35-32. Carmi has led the whole game, but Harrisburg has gotten pretty close. Ryder on the right top. Goes left side, Unthink. He thought about a 3, now puts it on the floor. Unthink steps through, shot won't fall. Tries to get his own rebound, but then Gomat corrals it for the Bulldogs. And Kevin Wolf says, okay, let's simmer down. Carmi has had some quick possessions on this in this third quarter. Connor near side gets a screen from Edwards. Now goes left top to Gomat. Leaves it for Holloman on the left side. Holloman, now it's Edwards, near corner. They get it to Dixon. Pick and roll with Edwards not there. Now it's Gomat. Thought about lobbing it inside. Now it's Connor who tried to go backdoor. Connor now goes baseline, near corner. Three-point shot for Gavin Holloman won't go, and the rebound controlled by Nate Lawrence. Great defense there by Harrisburg. Harrisburg comes the other way, a three-point Carmi lead. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 35-32. Andy, right side to Lawrence. Lawrence between the circles to Unthink. Unthink looks now. Bounce pass right side, Ryder. Downey between the circles. Downey looks. Now goes cross court to Ryder. High pass, but Ryder corrals it. Now in the far corner. Andy, catch and shoot three. We are tied at 35. Cameron Andy with 17 points. His first basket here in the second half. And Harrisburg, who trailed 11-0 to start the game, has tied it at 35.
And they've done a good job at chipping away at this lead. They've already doubled their rebound total from the first half just in this quarter.
Edwards in the near corner. It goes to Holloman. Now top of the circle to Gomat. Far side, Connor. Connor leaves it for Edwards. Went through his hands. Downey takes it away. At the other end, Downey lays it in. Harrisburg has their first lead of the night. It's 37-35. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Carmi has just looked flat here in the third quarter. Near side, Dixon. Tries to go baseline against Ryder. Now it's Edwards on the right top. Top of the circle, Gomat. Dribbles left. Now it's Holloman. He wants to go baseline. Holloman up against Unthink. His shot won't go. And the rebound controlled by Nate Lawrence of Harrisburg. 33 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And Coach Andy Fehrenbacher says, let's hold for one shot with Cameron Andy at midcourt. 37-35. Harrisburg has their first lead of the night. Ryder between the circles, guarded by Holloman. Left top, gets it to Downey. Downey looking, dribbles right, hands it off to Andy now, guarded by Dixon. Andy getting inside, goes right at Gomat. Offensive foul again. Tyler Gomat draws another. That's the third on Andy.
It's his fourth or fifth of the game. He's doing an extremely good job at letting him get up in the air and then waiting on him.
So 5.9 seconds. Carmine's got the ball. Down by 2 here in the third quarter. They get it into Edwards at midcourt. Edwards, 3 seconds. Edwards almost lost his dribble, got it back. Fires! Shot no good. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end. Harrisburg trailed by 6 at the half. They lead by 2 as we go to the fourth quarter. 37-35, back in 1 minute on 97.3 WRUL.
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself for your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines and DOT physicals, to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
We go to the fourth quarter. Harrisburg has come back to take the lead, 37-35. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. Carmi, 1 for 10.
1 for 10 in that third quarter.
1 for 10 in that third quarter. That's allowed Harrisburg to turn a 6-point halftime deficit into a 2-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. Connor on the far side. Now it's Driscoll between the circles. Goes near top to Holloman. Back to Driscoll. At the free throw line, Gomat picks up his dribble. Now leaves it for a cutting Driscoll who somehow corralled it. And he missed the shot. That's the third or fourth layup Carmi has missed right at the rim. And the Harrisburg lead stays 37-35. 30 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. Fehrenbacher near corner to Downey. Now it's Lawrence. Gomat got a hand on it. Ball in the backcourt. Him and Lawrence fight for it, but then Lawrence corrals it. 7:15 to play here in the ball game. 37-35 Harrisburg. Man, bounce pass left side, Lawrence. Lawrence waits. Now it's Rand on the right top. Rand leaves it for Fehrenbacher at the top of the key. Fehrenbacher looks. Now it's Downey on the right side. Downey waits. Dribbles left. Gets it to Mann. Guarded by Holloman. As Harrisburg are going to do their best to kill as much clock as they can here in the fourth quarter. Up by 2. Edwards almost stole it. Then it was almost an over and back call. And a quick timeout call by Andy Fehrenbacher. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Take time out of that to-do list. And before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Back in 30 seconds.
You lock up your house, you lock up your car. Citizens National Bank of Albion works hard to keep your identity and personal account information safe and secure. We encourage you to do the same. Be very cautious when receiving phone calls asking for your personal information, online banking username and passwords. CNB will never ask you for your information over the phone. Never give out your personal information. Citizens National Bank of Albion, no better banking, member FDIC.
6:46 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point Harrisburg lead, 37-35. Andy walks into the front court, guarded by Bryce Connor. Bounce pass on the right side, goes to Unthink. Unthink leaves it for Andy now, guarded by Connor. I like that match at the 6'4 Connor, but now it's a 6'6 Edwards who switches on to Andy near midcourt. Downing on the right top, directing traffic. Leaves it for Unthink, guarded by Connor now. Unthink waits. Got a 5-second count on him, but now they go left side to Fehrenbacher. We are at 6:15 to play in the ball game, and Edwards pokes that one out of bounds. It will stay with Harrisburg. Well, Travis, are you kind of surprised by how conservative Harrisburg is being here, only up by 2 points?
Yeah, they're working for the best shot.
Well, they get a steal here. Carmi does. Gavin Holloman by himself will lay it up with the right hand, and we're tied. A gift there for Carmi.
I was just about to say they didn't want that to happen right there. They didn't want to force anything in and get a stupid turnover and allow Carmi another chance to tie this game.
37-37, 6 minutes to play. Andy on the right top. Bounce pass right side. Gomat almost got the steal, but it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Harrisburg. Ross Ryder back in the ball game for Harrisburg. 5:53 to play. We're tied at 37. Fehrenbacher to inbound, goes in the backcourt to Ryder, who now leaves it for Cameron Andy. Andy to the front court, the right side, Fehrenbacher. Cutting down low is Ryder. He corrals it, tries to spin against Gomat. Picks up his dribble, now looking, still looking, and nice steal by Gavin Holloman, and he gets it over to Driscoll. Now Driscoll saves it, and Holloman able to get it. Fantastic defensive play by Gavin Holloman. Holloman into the front court, now it's Driscoll. We're tied at 37, 5:25 to play. Driscoll, right side Holloman. Top of the circle, Gomat. Now left side, Connor. Far corner, it's Driscoll. Now it's Edwards. Deep three on the way. No good. And Andy skies in for the rebound for Harrisburg. A deep three. It was open. That's in Edwards' range. But it couldn't go. And it's 37-37, 5 minutes to go. Ryder near corner, now it's Downing on the right side. Unthink fakes the handoff. Unthink gets inside. Shot blocked by Edwards. Now it's Downing who thought about a three. Almost traveled, but he picks it up. Now goes to Ryder. Now it's Andy who's going to dribble this one out. 4:45 to play. We are tied at 37. Ryder on the far side, guarded by Gomat. Puts it on the floor, now goes to his left. Leaves it for Andy. Andy picks up his dribble at the right elbow. Now off to Downing on the right side. And again, Carmi doing a great job here defensively.
Yeah, they're not biting for any ball fakes. They're staying in help position. If somebody gets beat, they're over to help, sliding.
Carmi faithful making some noise. Downing. Fehrenbacher's pass taken away by Edwards. One-on-one. Edwards to the basket. He goes, lays it in. Carmi has the lead. 39-37. 4 minutes to go. The Carmi defense has been tremendous in the past 4 or 5 games. A couple of steals in a row. Carmi back up by 2. Andy left side. Step back three over Driscoll. He got it. Cameron Andy with 20. and Harrisburg has retaken the lead.
That's a phenomenal shot.
Holloman into the front court now, left side they go to Bryce Connor. Connor splits defenders, right at Unthank, layup no good, and the rebound grabbed by Downey. 3.5 to play. Harrisburg has a 1-point lead at 40-39. And the Carmi defense come through once again. Andy on the right elbow. Guarded by Connor. Bounce pass, left side. Fehrenbacher pulls up. It's no good, and Holloman controls the rebound. Kevin Wolf calls the play. On the far side, it's Connor. Now at the top of the key, they get it to Landon Driscoll. 3 minutes to go. 40-39. Harrisburg has the lead. Holloman near side Driscoll. Driscoll waits. Still waits. Now goes cross court to Edwards, who got bumped. No call, but Edwards corrals the basketball near midcourt. 2:45 to play. A 1-point Harrisburg lead. Connor gets a screen from Edwards. Now goes left side, Gomat. Far side, it's Driscoll. Driscoll wants to go baseline. Driscoll to the basket. His shot no good. He missed the layup again, and the rebound is controlled by Ryder. Carmi, another miss right at the basket.
He was expecting contact there, and he started bracing himself for it. You got to play through. If there's contact coming, don't look for it. You just got to play through it.
2:20 left to play. 40-39, a 1-point Harrisburg lead. Unthank goes near side to Ryder. Ryder looking, guarded by Gomat. Now it's Downey. 2:10 to play. Downey picks up his dribble, leaves it for Andy now. And again, Harrisburg is going to kill as much time as they can. Carmi nowhere near the bonus in terms of fouls, only 2 fouls. Downey left top. Goes left side now to Ryder. 1:50 left to play. Ryder.
Carmi might want to start thinking about getting some take fouls here.
Offensive foul called as Andy was trying to cut through an illegal screen called against Unthank. And the Bulldog defense again gets a big stop. 1:47 to go. Exactly what we expected with these two teams. I expect a lot of games just like this in this week's CIT.
Yeah, this is going to be par for the course this entire week. Some great basketball.
Driscoll into the front court, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Kevin Wolf. It is a full timeout. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Take time out of that to-do list, and before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
1:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. Harrisburg has a 1-point lead, 40-39. This is Bulldog basketball on 97.3 WRUL, Carmi, Illinois, and also online worldwide at WRUL.com. Well, it's just night 1. We got 4 more nights of this week at McDougal-Evers.
An incredible game earlier, and this one's living up to that one.
And Harrisburg didn't play a great first half. Carmi hasn't played a great second half, but the defense has stepped up and got some stops here in the late in the fourth quarter. Give them a chance here, down by 1.
Yeah, the defense has stepped up when needed to. Carmi's offense has, tailed off a little bit from that, that rocket start they had in the first half.
Driscoll to inbound, finds Holloman. 90 seconds left to play. Harrisburg comes out now in a 1-3-1. Driscoll, left top. Now back to Holloman, right top. Holloman puts it on the floor, guarded by Andy. Goes to his left, bounce pass over to Gomat. Now it's Driscoll as the pass was tipped, but Driscoll corrals it. Now goes left side to Edwards. Deep 3 on the way. It's short. Couldn't get the bounce, but Driscoll got the rebound, and he draws a foul. A great job by Landon Driscoll getting the offensive rebound. Andy commits the foul. That's his 4th, and 2 shots on the way for Landon Driscoll.
Foul number 4 to the line to shoot.
That's a big foul, number 4 on Andy. Driscoll's first free throw, got it. Carmi has not shot many free throws in this game.
That's their 5th.
Especially in the second half. Driscoll's second free throw for the lead. Got it. Carmi by a point, 41-40 with 1:10 to play.
Now this game's going to come down to Carmi's defense.
Yep. Down the end of the front court. He'll dribble it right in front of Andy Fehrenbacher, and Andy Fehrenbacher will call a timeout. It is a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. It's brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Back in 30 seconds.
This is Nancy J. Winter, CPA. It has been a pleasure to grow with you, to go through the stages of your life. I would just like to say thank you to all of my clients, past and present. And as one client recently said, it's like we are family. We strive to do the best we can for you, whether it be in tax season or out, and whether it be a tax situation, a financial situation, or just someone to talk to about how things are going. Thank you for counting on us. Stop by my office on Cherry Street in Carmi, or visit me at nancyjwintercpa.com.
.104 left to play in this one. It's been a barn burner the entire second half. Carmi leads Harrisburg 41-40. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you. J.C. Tinsley back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Well, Travis, if you're Harrisburg, you know, I think if you're Andy Fehrenbacher, you want to kill some clock here, because if you miss a shot, you can foul, and rather than make both free throws, it's going to be a one-possession game regardless.
Especially with Carmi not being close to putting or being in the bonus, and you got to look for the best shot available. Most likely, ball is going to be in Cameron Andy's hands, taking the shot, but I would look to go around 30.
6 Harrisburg fouls, just 2 for Carmi. Fehrenbacher against Trey Dixon. He picks up his dribble. Now leaves it for Unthink on the right top. Now it's back to Downey. So they got Driscoll out of the game and Trey Dixon in the game for defensive purposes. 40 seconds. Downey guarded by Holloman. 35 seconds now. On the right side, it's Fehrenbacher with 30 seconds. A 1-point Carmi lead. Fehrenbacher dribbles right. Now picks up his dribble. Guarded by Dixon. And Andy Fehrenbacher will call a timeout with 27.3 seconds left to play. We'll keep it here. And Travis, that might have been Harrisburg's game plan, not really draw anything up, run this clock down, and now you can draw up something. You can really draw up a play here, but you can't be too patient and miss a shot and cost yourself the game. But man, if you're Carmi, you got to find Cameron Andy.
Yeah, you got to be making sure there's another guy over to help on Cameron Andy. Can't leave anyone else on this court, though. All the Harrisburg players out there can shoot, but Cameron Andy's your main focus to stop. And Bryce has done a great job in this second half on him, really slowing him down, using his length to his advantage. But that little sneak peek right there, Harrisburg ran off 40 seconds there. They did a good job, and Carmi did a good job at stopping them. But they also got to see what Carmi's going to be running on defense and how they were going to be playing certain things. So it'll be interesting to see what Harrisburg draws up out of the timeout here.
So 27.3 seconds left to play. Carmi still leading 41-40. Harrisburg has the ball. Carmi still has to foul 4 more times to put Harrisburg at the free throw line. That's not really important, though, with Carmi having the lead. It could be important if Harrisburg makes a shot.
Makes a shot and then gets the ball back.
Yep. But a Harrisburg foul means free throws for Carmi. 27.3 seconds. Fehrenbacher to inbound. You pay for the whole seat just to use the edge of it. Unthink hands it off to Andy. 20 seconds. Andy guarded by Connor. Step back 3 on the way. It's short, but Lawrence grabs the offensive rebound. Fades away. Shot no good. And the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Carmi. And so Harrisburg has it with 11 seconds. And I think that's the right call, Travis. I think Edwards tipped it, and Gomat thought it touched Unthink last, so he let it go.
Yeah, I think that was the right call.
11 seconds. Andy to inbound. Andy gets it inside, and off of Fehrenbacher, out of bounds. Ball goes over to Carmi. Timeout, Kevin Wolf. I'm not sure what Harrisburg's idea was. Fehrenbacher was cutting inside. Andy threw the pass. All I could see was Fehrenbacher hit the ground. I assumed it was going to be a foul or a jump ball, but the ball went out of bounds off of Fehrenbacher. Carmi's got it, 9.6 seconds left. But if you're Harrisburg, that's not the end of the world because you're going to foul here and send Carmi to the free throw line. And rather they go 2 for 2 or just 1 for 2 or 0 for 2, it's going to be a one-possession game regardless.
Yeah, you're going to still have time. There's still enough time left. I think what they were going for was the little dribble handoff, like he inbounds it to Fehrenbacher and hands it right back to Andy coming off of him. But I think Fehrenbacher slipped, and it's what caused them to, kick the ball out of bounds. But Carmi did a great job at, kind of sniffing that out and having 2 to 3 guys just muck up that pass right there.
And it seems like if we kept time possession, it seems like Harrisburg has had the ball for about 7 minutes of this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've kept it for most of the fourth quarter. They've done a good job at running their offense and really slowing Carmi's offense up.
Now, if you're Carmi, you've got to be careful. You cannot turn the ball over. And you got to make your free throws. And the question is, if you're Kevin Wolf, who do you want shooting free throws?
Well, out of everyone on the court
really,
right
about
now,
anybody,
yeah, I mean, they're all 70-plus percenters. Gomat's probably the highest, about 82.
Harrisburg will deny the inbounds pass. Holloman looks, gets it into Gomat in the far corner, and Downey fouls him with 8.2 seconds. Well, that's what you want. Gomat made a killing of these back on Friday in the win against Fairfield. He is an 80% exactly free throw shooter on the season. And when you got Cameron Andy, both these free throws are so important for the senior.
Yeah, you got to make them both. You have to make them both. You cannot leave the door ajar for Harrisburg to come walking through because Cameron Andy will kick that door down.
Yep. And it's not a 2-shot foul. It's a 1-and-1 here for Tyler Gomat. Gomat's free throw on the way. Missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Carmi. Harrisburg has it with 6.1. Just the 10th free throw miss on the year for Tyler Gomat. He left it short. Kevin Wolf with the timeout.
Honestly, I think at this point, when they inbound, I think you got to foul. You have enough where they're not going to be in the bonus, and you're going to just chip away at that clock.
But you can't foul on a shot.
Yeah, you cannot foul on a shot. So if you're gonna foul, I think if they inbound it here, you got to foul them quick. Stops the clock, runs about a second off just the catch itself, and you can just keep doing that till you get to 6. And then from then on, it'd be about 2 seconds left, and you just play good defense, and they'd still be in the backcourt.
Well, you got to imagine Cameron Andy's going to get the basketball.
And we've seen what he's done from shooting from 30 feet tonight. I mean, he's had a couple really contested, long three-point jump shots.
Some of the Bulldog fans down to our left are saying just foul. You got 6 seconds. Carmi only has 2 fouls. 6 seconds. Harrisburg has the ball down by 1. They get it into Downey, and Downey is fouled by Trey Dixon near half court. And a smart foul because Downey, if he gets around Dixon, he's going right to the rim. So now 4 seconds.
About 2.2 seconds ran off the clock right there. You think you could do it again. Just make sure they don't get a shot up.
Plenty of time for Harrisburg. But why not one more timeout before we end this game? Timeout, Harrisburg, a full timeout. We'll go ahead and step aside for a 30-second break right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Evil Eye Creative Studio in Carmi is a full-service communications and design consultancy. Located in the heart of Southern Illinois, we have a strong focus on small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. From t-shirts to business cards to large format banners, we are excited to make your design project a reality. We also specialize in video and audio production. Reach out to us to see how we can create something amazing together, all within your budget. Evil Eye Creative Studio. What can we create with you?
3.9 seconds on the clock. Harrisburg has the ball, and Carmi leads by 1, 41-40. Cole Carter and Travis Black. What do you do? What do you do for either side if you're Carmi? You know, you've got still 4 fouls left to give or 3 fouls left to give. But you know Harrisburg is going to draw something up for a game-winning shot here.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't really focus too much on Cameron Andy because anyone at this range can, make a shot here.
Fehrenbacher to inbound, 3.9. Fehrenbacher looks, still looks, now goes in the corner to Andy. He fires away, and Bryce Connor fouled him. Bryce Connor fouled him in the corner with 2.4 seconds. It was a 3-point shot, and Cameron Andy will shoot 3 free throws.
And that's the one thing you cannot do.
Yep.
You cannot. If you were going to foul, you got to foul before then. You cannot let him get a shot up.
Yeah, Kevin Wolf trying to argue that the foul was on the floor, but that was
clearly up.
Cut and clear on the shot. First free throw for Andy. Missed it. This one's the important one. 41-40. Second free throw for Cameron Andy. Got it. We're tied. Andy has 21. And Kevin Wolf will call his last timeout. Well, I don't think Bryce Northcott is in the gym. I don't think Dylan Cordy is either. So if you're Carmine, you gotta figure out your plan here, either a miss or make for Andy.
Yeah, if miss or make, you gotta get it. You gotta get a shot up. You just gotta give it a chance. Probably run Sutton, get somebody going down to the basket along the sideline. I mean, you got a whole lot of options out there. You got Landon Driscoll, you can shoot it from 30 plus. You got Mitch Lever, can shoot it for 30 plus. I mean, you got a lot of good shooters out there. You just got to get it to one of them and hoist up a shot. You just got to hope for the miss here, though.
And if you're Carmine, if the shot is missed, you got to get the rebound.
Yeah, you cannot allow an offensive rebound.
2.4 seconds. Carmine now at a timeout, so a miss or make, they're going to be going on the fly. 41-41. Cameron Andy, the leading scorer for Harrisburg, with 21 points at the free throw line for a chance to win the game. What do you do? Andy at the free throw line with 2.4 seconds. Harrisburg clears the lane. Andy's free throw on the way. He missed it. Rebound Gomat. He'll fire from half court. Off the backboard. A miracle from the basketball gods. We are going to overtime. Tied at 41. Wow. Travis, if you would have told me that Cameron Andy would go 1 for 3 with no time left, I wouldn't believe you.
And that's how important free throws are in a game like this.
We'll step aside for a 30-second break. Overtime coming up on 97.3 WRUL.
Shop, click, drive. It's that simple with RiceMotors.com. Picks and pricing updated several times a day. Even vehicles in transit. You get the first look when you
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself with all your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit
We go to overtime here at McDougall-Evers Gymnasium. Night number 1 of the 43rd annual CIT comes with 3 basketball. Cameron Andy misses 2 free throws with 2.5 seconds. And Bryce Connor better say a good prayer tonight before he goes to bed.
Cole, we talked about it, this being possibly the championship game, and it's lived up to the hype.
Connor wins the tip. Carmine has the ball to start the overtime session. And the fouls carry over. Just 4 for Carmine and 7 for Harrisburg. But Cameron Andy has 4 fouls. And a kickball violation as Andy got a toe on that one as Driscoll went back over to Gavin Holloman. Really a low-scoring second half. Carmine only scored 9 points in that entire second half. We mentioned it. Harrisburg held the ball for a lot of that fourth quarter. Holloman goes near side Driscoll. Bounce pass in the near corner to Connor. Now back to Driscoll. Back in the corner. 3-point shot on the way. And good from Mitchell Edwards. Mitchell's got 22, and Carmi has reclaimed a 3-point lead, 44-41. Fehrenbacher now to Unthink between the circles, guarded by Edwards. Goes near side now to Downey. Again, Harrisburg playing without their starting point guard, Miles Crank. An injured ankle, did not play tonight. Double team now over to Driscoll. Bulldogs out of the front court. Driscoll leaves it off for Holloman. Back in the far corner, Driscoll. Driscoll wants to go baseline, leaves it for Gomat. Now Gomat drives, dumps it off to Connor down low, who lays it in. A 5-point start to overtime for Carmi, and the Maroon Bulldogs lead at 46-41.
Great extra passing by the offense down there.
Left side, here's Fehrenbacher. Ball poked away and stolen by Holloman. Holloman will dribble this one back. 3-point shot on the way for Edwards was blocked, and Downey gets the rebound. And going at the other end is Lawrence, and his shot is up and good, and a timeout taken by Andy Fehrenbacher. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines and DOT physicals, to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
.202 to play here in the overtime session. Carmi leads 46-43. We know we had some issues over on the radio side. We are working to get those figured out. Gavin Holloman inbound here for the Bulldogs. They get it into Tyler Gomat, and they leave it over to Driscoll. Now it's Holloman, 1:55 to play. Holloman into the front court. Far side, gets it to Connor. And now Connor waits. Driscoll's left open. He goes up and draws a foul from Fehrenbacher. Miscommunication. Driscoll was left wide open, and he goes to the free throw line. Fehrenbacher commits the foul, and Driscoll will go to the free throw line. First of 2 on the way here for Driscoll with that foul being on the shot. Got that one. Carmi lead back to 4 at 47-43. Driscoll's second free throw on the way. Got them both. 2 big free throws for Landon Driscoll. The Carmi lead is 5 at 48-43. Andy between the circles, goes left side, Downey. Downey puts on the floor, behind the back. Downey, that's almost as a travel violation, no call, but Downey hits the shot. Got away with a walk, and now the inbounds pass is taken away. Harrisburg steals it. Lawrence's shot is good. A 4-point possession, and it's a 1-point game, 48-47. And now Carmi on the fast break. It's Gomat into the front court, and he'll pull this one out. And Carmi will look to kill some clock. 1:09 to play. A big 4-point possession that was for Harrisburg.
Yeah, but there's no point to think about it now. Just got to hold the ball, work it around.
Gomat, he's got a 5 count. I'm not sure if he knows it. And Kevin Wolf saves a turnover with a timeout. Ryder was all over Gomat. And it is a full timeout. We'll keep it here. 56.7 seconds to play. And what a crazy sequence of events this game has been. And Carmi with that big lead in the first half. Harrisburg marches back. And both teams swap leads late in regulation, but it was a 5-point Carmi lead. The basket by Fehrenbacher, the steal, the basket by Lawrence, and here we are, a 1-point Carmi lead, 48-47 with 57 seconds to play.
Yeah, it seems like one team wants to pull away, the other team crawls back in it. They're like cockroaches. They won't kill each other off.
Just kind of the way this game went into overtime. Missed free throws on both ends. Tyler Gomat missed a 1-and-1. Cameron Andy got fouled on a 3-point shot, down by 1, goes 1 for 3. And Carmi, a great start to the overtime session, but a couple of turnovers has put them in a tough spot. But they still lead by 1. Any Harrisburg foul will put Carmi at the free throw line. Only 4 fouls have been called for Carmi. So 4-8 in the foul department. Holloman to inbound. Downey plays back under the basket. Holloman unguarded on the inbounds pass. Gets it in the back court to Driscoll. 55 seconds. Driscoll walks it across the timeline. Now double team. Downey comes over and the pass deflected out of bounds. Well, you know Harrisburg is going to be aggressive here defensively. Going to go for a steal.
Yeah, they're coming to trap the ball handler, whoever it is.
48.7 seconds. Holloman to inbound. Now it's Edwards to Driscoll between the circles. 45 seconds. Carmi leads by 1. Driscoll bounce pass right side to Gomat, and he's going to be fouled. Ryder commits the foul, and that will send Tyler Gomat to the free throw line. Again, prior to tonight, Gomat was an 80% free throw shooter, and he missed the free throw in a very similar spot. Carmi led by 1 with about 5 seconds left. In regulation, now they lead by 1 with 41 seconds to go here in overtime. First free throw for Gomat. Short. Driscoll tips the rebound, but then Lawrence goes to get it for Harrisburg. Lawrence into the front court. Now it's Downey. He thought about a 3. Now it's left side to Ryder in the hands of Andy now with 30 seconds. Harrisburg has the ball down by 1. Downey driving in. Downey in the far corner. Fehrenbacher shot fake. Fehrenbacher to the basket. No foul call. Rebound Driscoll. Carmi has the ball and Fehrenbacher is down and they foul Driscoll as Fehrenbacher hits the deck, and Andy Fehrenbacher and the Harrisburg faithful behind us pleading for a foul call.
Yeah, Tyler Gomat slid underneath for the charge right there, and a lot of contact, no whistle.
A lot of contact. Could have gone either way, but instead they go no call. So now it's going to send Driscoll to the free throw line with 15.8 seconds.
Now we're in the double bonus. He's got to hit, well, preferably both, but at least one.
On the season, Driscoll, a 70% free throw shooter. He went 2 for 2 earlier in the overtime session, and his first free throw, good. Driscoll with 7 points. 49-47, Carmi with the lead. Second free throw for Driscoll on the way. Missed that one. Rebound tipped by Edwards. Driscoll goes back up and lays it in. Driscoll with 10, Carmi by 4, 8 seconds. Downey's shot is no good. Lawrence the rebound and he scores. Harrisburg is out of timeouts, or are they? They call one with 2.6 seconds. So Harrisburg calls a timeout with 2.6 seconds. Was that Lawrence who scored that?
That was Lawrence.
Lawrence got the offensive rebound and scored.
No, there's only one thing Carmi cannot do. They cannot take a turnover here, whether it be a 5-second call or just throwing it away. They have to inbound it.
Just get a clean inbounds pass and get fouled is all you got to do. How about that play, though, by Driscoll? Missed his own free throw, got the rebound. And sometimes when that happens, you want to pull it out and let the clock run out, but Driscoll on open lane to the basket, a contested layup. Biggest play of the night.
And also great job by Mitchell Edwards tipping it out to Driscoll on that play.
So many big plays have been made on both sides tonight as they're trying to get the clock figured out.
I don't think it's .2. Okay, there we go.
They're going to go 2.8. Yeah, one thing you can't do if you're Carmi is turn the ball over.
All it takes is one clean inbounds pass in this game is all but over.
And I think what Carmi might be thinking about doing here is just kind of throwing the ball into the backcourt, letting Edwards get a jump. Throw it up to the 6'6" sophomore, and if they foul him, they foul him. If they don't catch it,
run a go route and just throw up a 50-50 ball.
Then if Harrisburg makes a full court shot, then let him. Holloman will do the inbounding. Andy is defending him. Carmi leads 51-49. Holloman gonna throw it up. Edwards is there. He's got it. And the Carmi White County Bulldogs take down Harrisburg to start the Carmi White County Invitational Tournament. 53-49 as Edwards throws it down to end it. What a win for Carmi White County. The sophomore ends with 24 points. And what a gutsy win for the Maroon and White.
Yeah, that was an outstanding win, hard fought. Had that early lead, lost touch with what they do offensively, started turning the ball over, allowing a bunch of offensive and defensive rebounds, but pulled it back together at the end. This is kind of similar to the game the other night. They had a great first half. In the third quarter, they kind of started getting out of things they like to do. But by the fourth quarter, they did what they needed to do to take home a W.
Well, Kevin Wolf, not sure if he's going to come up here now or – okay, he'll come up later. All right, so again, final score. Carmi defeats Harrisburg 53-49. We'll take a 3-minute break. We come back. We'll wrap this one up for you right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Family medicine providers care for everyone in your family through all stages of life. If you need a primary care provider, Farrell Hospital has 3 new family medicine physicians accepting new patients. Dr. Clay Ford in Harrisburg, Dr. Samantha Mosby in El Dorado, and Dr. Chris Moore in McLeansboro for quality, convenient primary care close to home for both adults and children. Visit farrellhospital.org and call to make your appointment today.
When it comes to income tax planning and preparation, experience counts. Experience to know all the deductions that you can take. Experience and knowledge to keep up with the ever-changing tax laws, rules, and regulations. Hi, I'm Keith Butch, and owner of Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. For 42 years, I've helped people just like yourself for your tax, auditing, and accounting needs. Stop in today at Butch & Associates on Main Street in Carmi. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay a friend, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep your finances simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust, you can manage your money anytime right from your smartphone. You can even sign up for real-time alerts to stay on top of your account activity. Learn more about these conveniences at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love. From treating all aspects of heart health, diagnosis, treatment, and management of your heart condition to an orthopedic team ready to restore your quality of life by improving your mobility, flexibility, endurance, and strength. Call Wabash General Hospital today. 618-262-8621. Wabash General Hospital. Committed to combining passion and knowledge to heal. Visit wabashgeneral.com for more information.
You all right? Okay. Final score, Bulldogs defeat Harrisburg tonight, 53-49. It took overtime to do so, but it was a thrilling win. The postgame show is brought to you by Roark Transport, hauling fuel, rock, grain, and more to help our community grow. Call 265-3665 for more. We'll be joined by Kevin Wolf. And, Coach, we talked throughout the season, you guys want to play in these big games, and this is a big one in the first night of this tournament, but, man, you guys buckled down in crunch time. Got it done. What a ball game.
Man, what a heck of a game. It's kind of a different game than what we've been in most of the year. Some of our losses that we've had, we've kind of been down the whole game, and then some of our wins, we've been leading the whole game. Tonight was the first night where it was kind of a back-and-forth type of game where we got out to a big lead, and they made a good comeback. Just did a really good job. Proud of the guys. Wasn't perfect. We missed some free throws. We wanted the foul there at the end of regulation because we had fouls to give, but then I told them, and he knows, but then you got to be careful with the jump shooters whenever you get to the front court. We're still wanting to foul and make them run their stuff, but then it's just a fine line there, and that's why some people like to foul and some people don't. I told Stubbs in overtime, we're not fouling this time. We're just going to let the sucker play out, and it worked, and that's just what you kind of have to go through. What a ball game, though. First night of the CIT, 2 really good games, 4 really good teams played tonight. Just happy to be part of it.
Yeah, on the defensive end, you guys started out with Landon Driscoll and Cameron Ann. He's done such a great job on those primary scores like the Eric Rogers, the Parker Prices, the Tyler Myers. And then you guys in the second half really switched to Bryce being the primary defender on it. So did you think more length and more physicality would
a little
really,
bit? And Lando got in foul trouble.
Yeah.
He had 3, and we didn't want him to get in foul trouble because he doesn't foul a lot. So a lot of our sets with him off the floor kind of go by the wayside. So we wanted to make sure that if we needed to run some offense, get us in some sets, that he was able to do so. So we went to Bryce. I thought Bryce did a really good job on him. Bryce was physical, made it tough. I mean, Andy's as good a scorer as there is around him. It seems like every team has one guy that can just flat get a step back Steph Curry three-pointer, put it right in your face. But, no, we did a good job. Team defense, they're a good rebounding team. I know they had some offensive rebounds, but I thought for the most part we did a good job rebounding and just made some plays down the stretch. Got the steal there. Then Lando getting to the bucket. I think Gomer, he made one free throw there late, but then it's just a good effort. Last play there, Gavin throwing it up to Mitchell. That wasn't our primary option, but if it was there, we told him to throw it. Mitchell did a good job going up and getting it. So just really happy for the guys. This is a tough week. Feels a lot better with the win, I'll tell you that much.
Thought your sophomores did a lot of good things tonight, especially down the stretch. You mentioned the steal by Gavin there at the end of regulation, a huge play, but then Mitchell 24 points, including that dunk there at the end. But, a pressure situation in a big game like this, having 2 young guys that can produce like that is incredible.
Yeah, and sometimes being young and not knowing the situation. Like I tell the story, I've told to Mitchell at AJ, whenever he hit that 3 to put us up by 1, he's just so calm and cool. You didn't even know it put us up by 1. That's a huge shot, and he just steps right up there and hits it. That's just his demeanor. And just the 3 right to start. In overtime there, we ran a little play and got him one. Just you could see there was no tension in his body. He just knew he was going to go make it, and he did. And then Gavin's continuing to figure out what his role was. Early on in the year, I think he was trying to figure out what his role was on the team, and now you can see it. It's guard like crazy, handle that basketball, get to the bucket, and you're seeing good things out of him also.
Yeah, on the offensive end with Mitchell early on in the game, you guys were running extremely well doing that against their man-to-man defense, and they switched that 1-3-1. You guys kind of had a little trouble with that, and then they switched back into a 3-2. Were you expecting all those different defensive looks?
No, I wasn't. I was expecting a lot of man, but the 1-3-1, like us, whenever we go to it, teams hit a bunch of threes on us. And we kind of missed some, but no, that was a good job by their coach. We were running some good offense, and it stymied us just a little bit. I do think we got to the bucket once and did hit a 3, but I think they were in a little bit of foul trouble, so they didn't want Andy to have to guard somebody because we were going to go right at him. No, them going to that zone was good. We executed well, and then, I think they thought that they needed to do some different things to slow our offense down, and they did. We scored a bunch of points there early, and then throughout the rest of the game we didn't score as well. So that's a credit to them by mixing up their defenses and slowing us down.
Well, you play 5 quarters tonight, but the good thing is you got 2 nights off. You come back on Thursday to play Mount Vernon. They won the CIT last year. We know much about them already.
They're a really good team. No seniors on the team. Good group of younger kids and juniors. Get a chance to watch them tomorrow. Got some film on them. So they'll be tough. They're very athletic. Last year they played a 1-3-1. It kind of gave us some fits last year. But no, they always come over here. And I tell people, whenever people go online and see their record, they've been coming here for 25 years, and their record doesn't mean a thing because they play some different competition over there. And they've came in here many times before with a record under 500 and have won the thing. So
like last year,
and here they are again. I think maybe 3-8, but that's not a 3-8 team over here. So we'll have to be ready for it. We got 2 days off to prepare for them, and then we got 3 in a row. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, big win tonight, Coach. Talk to you on Thursday.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Kevin Wolf. Bulldogs thrilling win tonight over Harrisburg, 53-49. Real quick, the scoring total for Carmi. They were led by Mitchell Edwards, 24 points. Bryce Connor had 11. 10 from Landon Driscoll, 4 from Gavin Holloman, and 2 apiece from Tyler Gomat and Trey Dixon. Travis, team stats?
Carmi shot 20 of 42 for 48% from the field, 6 of 16 for 38% from 3, 7 of 12 for 58% from the line. Harrisburg shot 20 of 46 for 43%, 9 of 19 for 47% from deep, and 3 of 5 for 60% from the line. Rebounding turnover, Carmi had 4 offensive and 17 defensive rebounds and 10 turnovers. Harrisburg had 8 offensive, 18 defensive, and 11 turnovers.
And so, again, Carmi will have tomorrow and Wednesday off. They'll come back to play Mount Vernon on Thursday. They'll play Fairfield on Friday and Evansville Day on Saturday. The bounce-back report comes your way thanks to the good folks at Wabash Christian Therapy on Oak Street in Carmi. Get back in the game and call Wabash Christian today. So, Travis, again, Carmi's going to face really 3 more tough opponents as we go throughout the CIT tournament. But starting with Mount Vernon on Thursday, how do they get the win on Thursday?
Well, I mean, we talked about it all year. They need to put together 4 quarters of great basketball. They put together one good half. Third quarter kind of got lackadaisical. Fourth quarter they weathered the storm, came back together in OT. They put the game away. But they're doing the right things to be able to weather these storms when they're having trouble knocking down their shots, turning the ball over, and they're still coming together as a team for team wins. But they just need to put together 4 quarters of the basketball we know they can play, and they're tough to beat for anybody.
Carmi improves to 14-4 on the season, 1-0 here in the CIT, and really put themselves in a good spot to possibly bring home their first CIT championship since 1999. But, of course, you got 3 more games until then. So that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. A big thanks to J.C. Tinsley back at the studio. For Asher Penrod with us, for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. For Travis Black, I'm Cole Carter. Have a great